Today, I want to show you that it's easier than ever to create a web app thanks to the amazing tools that we have available to us. In fact, it's so easy that every minute someone is making a new web app using the program that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Many people believe that you need to be an expert programmer to create web app or write any program. And it makes a lot of people shy away from making what they truly want. But the truth is, with the right AI tools, anyone can build a web app. Now, if you're like me, you may be running your business relying on one piece of software that you have to pay a monthly subscription to. Maybe it does what you need it to do, but you always wanted to have one extra function that is not available. You settle for it because you don't know how to code, and it will cost a lot to hire outside developer to help you customize the software to do that one thing. Whatever that one thing is, maybe it's only suitable for your use case. But that's not going to be an issue for us. With the program today, I will show you how easy it is for you to create the one-off programs for your use case that you always wanted to do. So in this video, we'll take advantage of this AI tool together and make a web app. Let's get to the video. Since the launch of ChatGPT back in 2022, a lot of people have been talking about AI's ability to code and to work as a computer programmer. But up until Claude 3.5 Sonnet and the artifact function, not a lot of people could actually bring the code out of the AI. Meaning that, yes, you can ask AI to write the program for you, to code for you, but not a lot of us, especially non-coder, non-programmer like myself, could bring the code out and deploy it to the real world. Unless you have some background in computer programming, most of this are foreign to you. The program I'm talking about today solves that issue. Not only that it can bring out the program and deploy it to the real world, it could actually work with API from other programs. And so what is API? It's Application Programming Interface. It's a set of rules to allow you to bring information back and forth between programs. So think of API like a store clerk, right? You, the customer, goes to the store, you ask the store clerk for something, that's a request. The clerk then go to their database, find the information that you need, and then deliver it to you. In a nutshell, that's how API works. And that is the only thing that's missing from Claude 3.5 right now. Once Claude 3.5 have this ability to pull API, then there's nothing that could stop anyone using Claude 3.5 to build programs and deploy them. So the program I'm talking about today is GPTEngineer. Now, I haven't used Cursor AI or Replit Agent yet. There's still a little bit of a learning curve that I have to do myself before I could start using those programs. But with GPTEngineer, you literally sign into your account, start talking to it, and you could have a program up and running within minutes. And with that, let's go to my screen to show you GPTEngineer. Now, the first thing you will see when you get to this website is that you have this box where you can describe your front end right away, and you can start building with this. You can click this little button to attach an image. And you could get this user interface maybe from Midjourney or from Claude if you have already described what you like. Then further down, you see all of these are public projects from the free users. When you're building with the free plan, you have 10 credits a day. 10 credits means 10 requests. Every time I send in a request in this box, that's 1 credit. The other thing is when you're building with the free plan, your projects will show up here with all of the other free users projects. So you can see the ideas of what people are building. Here you have projects that are really hot, feature projects, or the latest things that people have built lately. You can see here they have study cards and literally created 58 seconds ago, Eco Manage Hub 45 seconds ago. The blank app just came up 21 seconds ago. So if you don't know what to build, you can browse this section's free project and see what other people are actually building to get an idea for what you want to build. So now I'm back at the hot section, and I found this to be really interesting. It's a flood watch tracker. Let me click on it and see what this is all about. Okay, so it says looks like they're having some technical issue. However, I want to point out to you, this right here looks like people are coding in Thai. So not only that you can code with English, you can literally have conversation with it in other languages as well. Now, another thing I want to point out to you is this button up here. It's called Remix. So if you found a project in the public database within GPTEngineers that you really like and you want to modify something, you can literally click this Remix button and start making it as if this is your own project. All right, now let me go back to the main page and show you what I've built so far, and then we are going to build one together in this video. So what you're looking at right now is a project called Crypto Trading Board. I found this crypto trading board when I was looking around in the free project area like I showed you earlier. And then what I did, I asked it to build a crypto tracker app using CoinCap API. And as you can see here, my keyboard messed up, so it caused a misspell, but it understood what I was trying to say perfectly. So here it told me fine, it could build the tracker app using CoinCap API, and then now it started to build. Here it was telling me what it was going to do next. Update the nav item JSX. I have no idea what that means. Here, this is now done. So here at this point, it was showing me the first iteration or the first version of this trading dashboard. And then I told it to add a theme, make it look super hacker-like, like a terminal. Right? So now it updated the application. Again, it rewrite the code. Now when I get to here, this is the second version that it gave me, and I asked it to remove some headings. Now the good thing with this is on the right hand side, you can immediately see what your web app looks like. You can tell it what you like and what you don't like. That's why when I saw that it has some crypto tracker here in the heading, I told it to just remove it, and it did. Now I just realized the pricing here for Bitcoin is not quite right. What I realized here is the Bitcoin price is not up to date. So what I'm gonna do now is I will put in the request to change, and you can see how fast this works. Okay, so I put in, looks like the prices are not updating in real time. I wanted to pull information from real life source every 5 minutes. All right, now let's see. You can see now is we're actually working in the background. If I click on this, I will see all of the source, all of the code that it's writing currently. Once again, I have no idea what any of these means. All I know is that it's telling the web app to refetch every 5 minutes. And one more thing I want to add, which is a refresh button on the page so I can refresh it manually. So I'm going to put that in, let it cook. All right, it's done. You can now see a refresh button. You just saw how easy it is to remake some of these web apps from someone else's existing projects into your own with your own twist and personalizations. All you need to do is talk to it. Now let's build one together and see how easy it is. For the next part of this video, let's build a web app together. What I have in mind is a simple meal planner. The app will ask the user a few questions. Then our web app will spit out the menu along with the video on how to make it. Let's try that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but you know, it's a test. It's fun to do.
I'm describing what features I want my web app to have. I'd suggest that you jot down your ideas and features on a notepad somewhere first, then paste it over instead of doing it on the fly like me in this video.
I feel like this is a good start. So let's start with this, and then we can add more things on the next request. Okay, so it's writing its code right now. Okay, looks like it's done. All right, let me test this out and see. So what are you craving? I'm gonna say pasta. I know it's not good, it's carb, but indulge me for this video. All right, so dietary restriction, I have none. Let's say I'm trying to prep for 3 meals. What ingredients do you already have? Let's say I have tomato and chicken. All right, let me see. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's try it. All right, now it's going to modify. I'm going to let it run, and then we'll come back again once it's done. All right, it's done. And now I have the option to select and watch tutorial. So let's say I click on option number 1 here. Is it going to show me? So it failed. It shows me the video that says never gonna give you up, which now I have to figure out why. And looks like it told me why. It says these changes added a select and watch tutorial button under each meal option. When clicked, it displays a YouTube video for the selected meal. The video IDs are currently placeholder, but in the real application, I will need to integrate YouTube API, and then it will search and displays the relevant cooking tutorial for each meal. Let me figure out how I can do that. All right, so after reading the API documents for about 5 minutes, as you can see here, it's a lot, and I have no idea what's going on. So I read it for about 5 minutes, and I gave up. I went back to GPTEngineer and said, hey, can you just integrate YouTube API for me? And it says, certainly. Then it started to write a code. It ran into some error. Then I hit a button to ask GPTEngineer to fix it. It says, I apologize for the error. It continued to fix the code. I had the same error. I clicked the button to fix it again. It fixed it. Now it says the error you're encountering is due to an invalid YouTube API key. So all I need to do now is figure out how I can get the key provided to GPTEngineer, and it will show the video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to perplexity.ai, and I'm going to ask the AI to tell me how I can get the API key. Again, I don't need to research a whole lot. AI will do that for me now. All right, I'm going to put in,
point me directly to the website that I can get a YouTube API key.
boom. There we go. Now I have a step-by-step instructions on how to get the API key. Again, this is so fast. So fast. We don't have to do a lot of research now. We don't have to read a whole lot now. Just follow things step by step.
A few moments later.
I got the API key. It took me a few minutes by following instructions on perplexity.ai. Now I'm ready. I have the API key. So let me go back to GPTEngineer and continue.
I have the YouTube API key. It's below, delimited by.
Okay, I have the API key in. Let me see if it will fix it now. Okay, so it's updated the API key. Let me try this again. Once again, I'm making pasta. I want pasta, and I don't have any restrictions. And I want to do 4 meals. And I have tomato, chicken, and let's add garlic as well. Let's see what I have here. Get meal options. Okay. So same thing. I'm getting vegetarian stir fry grilled chicken salad. So let me try. I'll select option 2 this time and see. There we go. It works. It works. Oh my God. Now I have tutorial for grilled chicken salad. Here comes the fun part. If I want to, I can hit publish and this web app is ready to be deployed. Anyone can use it. Let me see if it actually works. I'm going to put in steak and I say I have none restrictions. I'm going to make 4 and let's say I have sirloin, right? Moment of truth. Let me see if it works. It doesn't. Still giving me a vegetarian stir fry, grilled chicken salad, and pasta, which were the 3 options from earlier. Now I'm going to tell GPTEngineer to go fix it.
You can tell GPTEngineer the errors you see from its outputs. Kind of like how you would when you talk to your app developer. You're just having a conversation.
So looks like it updated the meal suggestion algorithm, right? So now let's try it again. I'll put in the same thing, steak, none, 4, 3, and then I say I have sirloin. Okay, let me see. When it failed, I realized that I did not tell it exactly what I want. With AI, you really have to be specific about what you want. So what you can see here, I said I'm still seeing the same 3 options. I was giving it more and more specific instructions. However, out of the 3 options that I see here, only one that is a beef option. I was telling it that I'm craving steak. It's giving me salmon.
Hey, you fail again. I told you the user input was that he's craving steak. You provided salmon options.
So I told it where it failed and it corrected it. Right? So now I have classic grilled steak, steak fajitas, steak salad. This is how it's supposed to look like. Now I hope when I click on this tutorial, it will show me the correct video. All right, how I cook my steak, classic grilled steak, which is correct. If I were to do this before without having any knowledge about programming, it would have taken me days. And that's if I put in 100% of my focus. Just to read the instructions and the documentation from the YouTube API site was really intimidating. At least for me it was. I had no idea. It was foreign language to me. But that's no longer the case. I used Perplexity.ai to point me to the right direction to get the API key, followed the instructions, and I got the key. Then I went back to GPTEngineer and simply provided the key. It coded it. It fixed the code. It put in my key and I'm done. Do you see the power in that? What kind of web app can you create in your business? Do you have something that you always wanted to make but you don't know how to? Now you can. And that's the power of the AI world that we're living in. So let's recap. What did we do in this video? What I did with this app was I started with an idea. I wanted to test and see if GPTEngineer could make it for me and how easy would that be. So I first described what I have in mind to GPTEngineer. Then it gave me the first version. I then asked it to make some modification to add a button and show a YouTube video. once it have done that, it gave me a generic video from YouTube. The reason was because I did not give it an API key from YouTube, and without knowing how to get the API key, I went back to the traditional route, went to Google, and I started reading the documents. And I was intimidated by it. It looks like a foreign language to me. Then what I did next was I went to perplexity.ai. I asked it to give me the steps on how to obtain the API key from YouTube. I then follow all the steps, got the API key, fetch it to GPTEngineer. It fixes the code and it gave me the correct video to the corresponding meal option. However, I found out that it was giving me the same 3 meal options regardless of what I put in for the inputs. I went back. This time I was more specific. I told GPTEngineer what exactly I want and it fixes it again. The whole process took me less than 15 minutes to do. And yes, the best part, I do not have any coding skill. I still don't. This just goes to show you that anyone, literally anyone, can create these kind of web apps and can make these kind of programs in your business. And I personally believe that my effort deserves a like and a subscribe. So why don't you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get more content like this. Thanks for joining me on this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you're inspired to create your own web app, be sure to check out the link below in the descriptions. Once again, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And if you end up making a web app, share your experience in the comment sections. I would love to see what you're working on.